Vietnam's learning how to manage its rapid growth. Companies like Apple, Microsoft and Intel all have bases here, while the Trump Organization has plans for $1 billion golf resort. But it's growth that's in danger of coming to a sudden end. The economy is outgrowing its infrastructure. Some roads now carry 8 times as much traffic as they were designed for.
Like, where did we go the other day? Down the Mekong Delta, and what did we do? We did like a 40-mile drive on the mainest road that we could find, and it took us 2 hours.
And it's not just the roads. Guy's eye for engineering has spotted another system under strain.
The next limiting factor is going to be the telecom system, because wherever you look, I mean, we've got one here, bits of fibre optic tied together with bits of string. You know what I mean? Getting the data about is fairly important in today's age, isn't it? That's another thing. Let's get the notebook out. That's another thing that needs a bit of attention.
But perhaps the biggest restrictor on infrastructure development is the consequence of a recent crackdown, disciplining 24,000 public sector workers for taking bribes.
The Vietnamese government had this burning furnace policy, right, which was to weed out all of this corruption. A load of people went to prison, a load of people lost their jobs. So all of these town planners and the mayors, they're all scared to grant permission for any construction to go ahead. And so the job has ground to a halt. Because if it turns out there was a little bit of corruption in there, a bit of a brown envelope, we know how it works, right? If it turns out any of that happened, the buck's going to stop with them.
Ho Chi Minh's first ever metro system is the most famous delayed project of all. Bogged down in decades of Communist Party bureaucracy and funding shortages, it is little wonder that only 10% of the population are able to use some form of public transport. Despite the infrastructure concerns, plans to encourage Vietnam's next growth spurt are already underway. The strategy revolves around making high-value products for export, and one brand is leading the charge. The ambassador for Lincolnshire is off to find out more.
Best 3 things in Grimsby, fish and chips, the people, and Cleethorpes.
Bảo anh á, bảo khi nào anh là tỷ phú.
The Vietnamese admire wealth and love a rags-to-riches story. One billionaire's businesses loom large over the whole country.
Van Nut Vong, right? Richest man in Vietnam, made his money from... I can't say the name, can I? I'd just say that's a pot noodle, but that's a bit of a trade name, isn't it? Anyway, he sold that off. Hospitals, hotels, that's what he's into now, right? And then his latest project is making cars. So we're going to go to his latest car factory and see what he's up to.
After launching in 2018, courtesy of David Beckham and Miss Vietnam, VinFast now produces a range of 6 electric cars. Its vast headquarters was built in just 21 months on land reclaimed from the South China Sea.
Nicely pruned hedges. Initial impressions are good.
Number 1.
Number 1. I like.
With plans to send cars to the UK, Guy is here to get a first look at what an EV made in Vietnam is really like.
Xin chào. I'm Guy Martin, here to have a look at the VinFast cars, please.
The factory site is almost twice the size of Monaco, so Guy is issued with his own golf buggy and given free rein to explore.
This is just another level, isn't it? We definitely wasn't expecting anything like this.
700 cars a day can be built here.
It's massive. Look.
Some of which are immediately used as tow trucks.
Here we go, now we're talking. Look at this. Look at that, now we're talking. Hey, look, we've got another in here. Look, I think that's a BF6 in it. I'm impressed. We're driving in.
VinFast makes almost every component on site, starting with sheet metal pressed in giant molds. There are very few humans. The plant is 90% automated, relying on 1,400 state-of-the-art robots selected from the pick of European manufacturers.
Yeah, we might as well be in a BMW factory in the middle of Cologne or an Aston Martin factory in England. You know what I mean? Just happens we're in Vietnam. Looks just the same. I can't believe it. Go on, what are we seeing here? What are we seeing here to the right? What? Oh, that's a steering array. Yeah, it is dash panel steering array. Let's have a look.
China has built a reputation for building relatively cheap EVs.
Amazing. It's beautiful.
And through VinFast, Vietnam is looking to follow suit, encouraging engineering talent by offering employees reduced tax rates.
Quality. Quality, yeah. But you look at the finishing of those wiring looms. If there was a place to cut corners, it would be in areas like this. That's an earth link for the chassis. You know what I mean? There's no need, really, to shrink wrap the swaging on that, and they have done, and it's nice. And they've just finished over with a nice bit of loom tape. You know, no one's ever going to see that. That's quality. We'll go to a few more miles.
VinFast cars will be an important global product for Vietnam, although plans for other factories have been paused due to economic forecasts.
Yeah, cool-looking car, that, isn't it? I'll put her in neutral. Don't knock my gear lever, big man.
And there have been reports of faulty driver aid systems in cars sold to the US.
Xin Chao, nice to meet you. Look at the quality on that paint there. Look at that.
But on this visit at least, the factory and its methods appear to be modern and highly efficient.
I'm going to time them and see how long it takes to put the battery in. "30 seconds. Putting the battery in, nipping it up, and the next one coming in 30 seconds. Yeah, 700 cars a day. I can see where that's coming from, yeah.
VinFast's latest model is the VF9, a luxury family car costing around £60,000.
Their goal is to sell this car worldwide, and to do that, they've got to appeal to the average person. Well, I am very much the average person, so they're going to let us on the test track. Let's take it for a razz.
There's only one way a person like Guy Martin tests a car, to see how fast it goes,
Right.
and whether you can crash it.
If I'm blindfolded, obviously I can't drive because I'm blindfolded, but if you put me in this and I didn't know what it was, I can tell you 100% I would never believe that this car was built in Vietnam. Right, it's beeping at us. Look at that, 80, 90, look, 100 mile an hour, 110 mile an hour, 120 mile an hour. I'm driving like an absolute goon, and it won't let me do anything. My foot is flat on the floor at that, and it just won't let me do, you know what I mean? The computers have controlled that. Foot's still flat out, still flat out. Completely dickhead-proof. Can we say that? I can't fault that. That is an amazing piece of kit. And on top of that, it's got a 10-year warranty.